Hello and welcome. This is Punchline, and we are First News Nation. On Punchline, we discuss national politics. Punchline has been on YouTube for quite a while and will keep remaining on YouTube, but we're expanding on our platforms. You could watch us now on DSTV, on GoTV, and on StarTimes. I'll tell you more about that as we go on in today's episode. I am Sammy Ajufo. Thank you very much for joining us. We do want to invite you to all our social media handles. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at First News Nation, or just use the hashtag Punchline. Thank you very much. Let's go for a very short break. When we come back, we talk about the battle for the 2024 governorship in Edo State and the deputy governor's recent declaration for the seat of governor. Welcome back. It's still Punchline, and we are pleased to inform you that we'll be on DSTV channel 254 and GoTV channel 17 on Afia TV. We'll also be on Rapid TV on StarTimes channel 176. You could watch us on all those channels, or you could also follow us on social media at Facebook, X, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok at First News Nation. Thank you very much. Let's go into the meat of the matter. Just within this week, the Deputy Governor of Edo State, Phillip Shuaibu, has publicly declared his intent to run for governorship in the forthcoming 2024 governorship elections scheduled to happen in Edo State. In 2024, we also have Ondo State having their elections as well. Sometime in 2025, I believe Osun State and Anambra State will also have their election. These are all off-season elections. In the forthcoming Edo State governorship election, we've had Phillip Shuaibu, who is on the platform of the PDP, declaring publicly that he will run under the platform of the PDP come 2024. If you remember what has happened with Phillip Shuaibu and his principal, Governor Godwin Obaseki of Edo State, you know that there has been no love lost between both of them. Remember that both of them came from the APC, and then in 2020, when they sought a second term, they moved to the People's Democratic Party. He's been having running battles with his principal, and this is not anything out of the ordinary. We've seen this in several states in Nigeria where deputy governors have running battles with their principals. And in Ondo State, just a neighboring state, is also happening. As a matter of fact, questions arise whether Rotimi Akeredolu will hand over to his deputy, seemingly as he looks as if allegations that he's incapacitated. But this is happening in Edo State, and this has been a running battle for quite a while. And I believe this has been necessitated because the rumors have been flying around before today, before this week, that Phillip Shuaibu is interested in running for governor. This is a no-brainer. Just looking at Phillip Shuaibu, knowing his status, knowing his stature in the political sector, you will also realize that he most likely would want to have a taste of governorship as well. I have a picture to show you, and this picture is way back in the year 2004 when Adams Oshiomhole was president of the NLC. If you just look behind Adams Oshiomhole, yes, you will see Phillip Shuaibu. He has been with Adams Oshiomhole for that long. And when Phillips came out to talk about what has transpired between himself and Adam in the run-up to Adams' declaration to become governor of Edo State sometime in 2007, 2008, you realize that some of the things he said probably ring true. The relationship he's had with Oshiomhole has been very, very long. Now, the ambition of Shuaibu has caused ripples between Obaseki and Shuaibu, and we've seen back and forth in the last few months, even from November, December 2022, up until we had the governorship elections and presidential elections of February and March. We saw videos surface where Governor Obaseki in public declared that Shuaibu never told him that he was contesting for governor. And after that, we started seeing and hearing different things happen. We heard how he was relocated from Government House, his office was removed from Government House, and now put in a separate location. To that question, I ask, is it anything out of the ordinary? Should the governor and deputy governor share the same offices in the government house, in the state government house? Well, for some reason, it is right. But for other reasons, whether this was a means to whittle down the powers of the deputy governor by Godwin Obaseki, we don't know. But the cat and mouse game became so widespread and to many people very petty. We saw a video of Phillip Shuaibu standing outside Government House, locked out of his office, and that was preceding when he was relocated to a separate office of the deputy governor. Now, Shuaibu recently declared his interest in running for office come 2024 elections on the platform of the PDP. In his declaration speech, he made some statements, which I just picked a few of them, and it's really interesting. He quoted from the Bible. He said he had been pressed, not crushed. He had been persecuted, not abandoned. He had been humiliated in, I don't know how long he's saying that humiliation has been, but it will not be far-fetched from the situations we all know between the governor and his deputy. Nowhere in his declaration speech did he reference continuation of the projects of his principal. There's nowhere in that speech. He didn't say, I'm going to continue in the landmark achievements of Governor Obaseki. He didn't mention that. That means there is no love lost between the two men. He rather made a statement about being a homeboy, about knowing his roots, about being more grounded. And for some people who would watch that, you would assume that he's probably taking shade or throwing a stray bullet at a particular person, which in my thinking is that there is a preferred candidate of the governor, and that candidate is not as deeply rooted politically as Shuaibu is. So when he calls himself a homeboy, I'm talking about Deputy Governor Phillip Shuaibu, I'm probably thinking that the person that is the most preferred of probably the PDP leadership in the state or the governor is not as deeply rooted as he is. That is the recent declaration from the deputy governor, and this is going to spin a lot of activities. Why is he still under the platform of the PDP, knowing that the leader of the party is the governor? And so far, we have not heard of any dichotomy in the party. The governor himself had running battles with his predecessor. I'm talking about current senator representing Edo State in the Red Chamber, His Excellency Adams Oshomole, former APC chairman. And I think those battles have abated right now. But the question is, what is the possibility that Shuaibu will actually succeed? We're going to talk about the hurdles he's going to face as he has declared for governorship in 2024. How many other people have declared for governorship? 30 people. And after this break, I'll tell you from which party and how many. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It's still Punchline. We're still here on First News Nation, as well as going to be shown on DSTV, GoTV, and Star Times on Afia TV. You could find us on Afia TV, DSTV channel 254, Afia TV on GoTV channel 17, and Rapid TV on Star Times channel 176. We're talking about the recent declaration of the Edo State Deputy Governor, Phillip Shuaibu, in the forthcoming 2024 governorship election, off-season election. I talked about the fact that we have other candidates who have thrown their weight, thrown their hats in the ring to contest for governor. For Labour Party, 15. They have 15 aspirants currently. For the PDP, they have 6. For the APC, they have 9. Of course, in the States, the PDP is the ruling party. In Abuja, nationally, the APC is the ruling party. Now, we have several other things that are what I would call hurdles in the race for the governorship, especially for Comrade Phillip Shuaibu. Now, we need to ask the question, what are the chances of Phillip Shuaibu actually getting to that position? Remember, there will be primaries. So, who is supporting him? right now? Who is supporting Phillip Shuaibu? Can we say the governor? Definitely, we are not seeing that. But politics is a very interesting and mysterious game. They can play to be enemies in public, but in private, they can be kith and kin. So who is going to actually be supporting Shuaibu at the state level and the national level? Who are the players in Edo State who Shuaibu has made friends with, who will help him to even cross the threshold of the primaries? The primaries will be the biggest hurdle he will face since he declared for the PDP. So what party is he going to contest on that? He's saying the PDP. But are we leaving out the APC? Are we leaving out the Labour Party? Is there any other magical party that will show up? In this same declaration, when he was asked a question by the press about what party he will be flying under, and he said, irrespective of whatever happens, his name will be on the ballot and his party will be on the ballot paper. So the regular parties you'll see, there will be PDP, APC, definitely there will be Labour Party. Will he go under the platform of NNPP? Will he go under the platform of ZLP? Will he be on SDP? Will he be on NNPP? There are various options in front of him. What is the assurance that he's going to win the primaries, owing to the fact that the governor is the leader of the party? Of course, you know what happens at primary elections. You probably will go there and your delegates will be swayed, or somehow delegates' names will be switched and all that. We have this happen every consecutive election. Delegate list always gets lost, or the authentic list doesn't show up, or something happens. But delegates lists, the authenticated list and the list that was signed in Abuja, the list that was signed in this, blah, 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 is always going to happen. Will we see the same political magic in Edo State? Most assuredly. When we look at the PDP side, and if the PDP adopts Shuaibu, then who will the APC adopt? I'm very certain the APC is in the stronghold of Adams Oshiomhole, who lost the state to PDP in the year 2020 when Obaseki decamped from the PDP, from the APC to the PDP. Now, who will Oshiomhole support? Who will the APC field? Most certainly, President Tinubu will be interested in getting Edo State back into the APC after it was lost in 2020. Remember the campaign slogans, Edo no be Lagos? We have that corridor from Lagos crossing to Oyo State and all those states, aside two states in the southwestern part of Nigeria, talking about Oyo State and Osun State. Every other state in the southwest is under the hold of the APC. Now, I believe that along that corridor, after Ondo State, entering Edo State, President Tinubu will prefer to have Edo State back. So all the federal might will go into Edo State, and that is going to be a serious issue for the PDP government. So now that this is happening, you do remember that in 2020, Nyesom Wike, he was approached to help Obaseki to wrest power from Oshiomhole. Years later, when Wike was commissioning one of the projects, he invited Adams Oshiomhole, who was a member, strong member, still is a strong member of APC, and they apologized. They apologized for everything. So they are now best friends. The former enemies in 2020, in 2023, they are now best friends. Wike being a member of an APC government, but still under the PDP. Now that Wike and Oshiomhole have mended fences, this is going to be a serious challenge for Obaseki, because the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And Obaseki and Wike have had no love lost, especially when the G5 governors came together. And remember how the G5 governors were trying to wrap up and ramp up support. I remember that Obaseki said that if the PDP chairman at that time leaves, that there's going to be a serious issue. And then Wike responded. However, that's going to be an issue. Will the APC accept Shuaibu? Is Shuaibu strong enough as a political titan on his own? Is he going to be the bride of all political parties? That's a big question we need to ask. So, who is Obaseki's candidate? Who is Godwin Obaseki's candidate? That shouldn't matter if the vote is for the people. But you know, this is Nigeria. And the next thing you know is Court of Appeal, tribunal and all that. They'll rule in favor of whoever owns the judiciary. So who is the candidate of the governor? Now, with considering the fact that PDP seems to be weakened, We looked at the off-season election that happened in Imo State, in Kogi State, Bayelsa State, where PDP only won one state. By 2024, elections in Ondo State, which is currently an APC state, elections in Edo State will also happen. Will the PDP attempt to keep Edo State, or will they lose it? There are a lot of issues happening in the PDP today. In 2020, we had a stronger PDP. We had Saraki, we had Atiku, we had Nyesom Wike, we had several governors of several states storm Benin City to support their brother, Godwin Obaseki. But things have changed since then. It's not the same way it used to be before. So, will PDP be able to survive the onslaught of the APC? And I'm very certain the APC will come with everything in their arsenal to defeat the PDP. What of the Labour Party? Will Labour Party, will SDP, ZLP, NNPP, will they be waiting in the wings to receive Shuaibu if Shuaibu loses the elections at the primaries? Can Shuaibu defeat the candidate of the governor, even at the primary level? If Shuaibu leaves the PDP for some reason, after losing the primaries, if he does, can he defeat the governor's candidate? This will also be possible if he moves to the APC or if there's an alliance. There's also the question of zoning. I'd like to take you through the zoning structure in Edo State. Let's start from 1999. The governor of Edo State, 1999, Lucky Benedio. He is from the Edo South Senatorial District, the Senatorial Zone, Edo South. He was in government from 1999 to 2007. He took over from him. The person who took over was Osareme Osumbo, Professor Osumbo, who only spent 1 year. From 2007 to 2008, he was kicked out by the courts. He was from Edo Central. In 2008 to 2016, Adams Oshomole, who was former NLC president, ran on the platform of Labour Party, moved to the AC, moved to the ACN, now moved into the APC. He was in charge from 2008 to 2016. Adams Oshomole, Edo North Senatorial Zone. The incumbent governor, Godwin Obaseki, from 2016 taking over from Adams Oshomole to 2024 next year, logically, the power should shift to the place where it had only 1 year. It's the Edo Central. And funny enough, one of the candidates who's contesting the governorship is the one who contested and lost after 1 year. I'm talking about Professor Osareme Osumbo. I don't know whether it's on the APC, I don't know whether it's on the PDP, but he is contesting. But Phillip Shuaibu is actually from Edo North, the same senatorial zone that Governor Adams Oshomole was. So how would this pan out? As we hear rumors flying around, is that the incumbent governor, Governor Obaseki, and his predecessor, Adams Oshomole, are favoring candidates from Edo Central, which cuts out Phillip Shuaibu. Despite all the candidates, I'm very certain that the candidate of the governor and the candidate of Adams Oshomole will shock a lot of people. That candidate or those candidates will come from Edo Central. So the focus will be whoever is coming from Edo Central will be facing Phillip Shuaibu squarely. And I think, this is my opinion, like many other things I've said here, that in the choice of the candidates from either Adams Oshomole or Godwin Obaseki will be most likely leaning towards a technocrat like himself. Adams Oshomole will be leaning towards a politician like himself. He had bad experiences in year 2020. So most likely, they will be picking both a technocrat and a politician. But you know, politicians always speak technocrats. Technocrats always speak technocrats. That's how it's going to look. But we're waiting to see how this game plays. Will Shuaibu come out of it successfully? Which party will Shuaibu go on if the PDP says no? Which part, if PDP says yes, what will happen between Shuaibu and the governor? Have they really mended fences, even though Shuaibu had gone to apologize to Obaseki? I don't think that in politics, fences are not really mended. Fences are ignored, and that's how it goes. If you have a comment about this, please drop it in the comment section below. It's a pleasure to have you join us. Let's see how things go 2024 is just a few days away. And between January, February, we'll be seeing a lot of activities happening at the build-up to the 2024 off-season elections. I'm Sammy Ajufo on behalf of the entire production team. Thank you very much for joining us. Don't forget to like and subscribe to all our social media handles. Follow us on Facebook, X, Instagram at First News Nation. As we usually ask you to do all you can to stay safe.